Hello friends, today in this session we will study what is the physical significance of the entropy at a glance and characteristics of entropy. So characteristics means we will study the salient features of the entropy. So let us see first what is the significance of entropy. So we will see only glance. This entropy is used as a unavailable energy of the system. So entropy is nothing, it is a unavailable energy of the system. So entropy is equal to unavailable energy divided by temperature in Kelvin. So this is the meaning. Entropy is a measure of disorderliness or randomness in the system. So it can be disorderliness or randomness. This is the second importance. So and third is it is defined as the function of probability of the thermodynamic state. So it gives the function of probability, means both entropy and thermodynamic probability, it can increase simultaneously in a process. So hence the state of equilibrium is the state of maximum probability. So when it is a equilibrium state, that is the state of maximum probability of the entropy. So these are the some significance of entropy. Now let us see characteristics of entropy, or we can see salient features. So what are the salient features? Entropy is extensive property, so its value depends upon the mass of the substance present in the system. So unlike internal energy or enthalpy, we can determine the absolute value of entropy. We cannot determine the value of internal energy or enthalpy, but we can determine the value of absolute value. And it also extensive property, so its value depends only mass of the substance, like that. Second property is that this entropy system is the state function. So it depends upon the state variables. So which are the variables? Like temperature, pressure, volume, or moles, which govern the state of the system. So like previous thing, enthalpy and internal energy, it is also a state function. Change in entropy taking place from one state to another does not depend on the path adopted. So they are not depending on the path. They depend actually initial and final state of the system. Like delta S is equal to entropy of the final mass, entropy of the initial. Entropy for a cyclic process, or you can say in equilibrium, in both conditions it is always equal to 0. So if you take the total change in entropy in cyclic process or in equilibrium, it will be always 0. For natural process, it will be your positive. For natural process, that is entropy of the universe. Entropy of the universe is always positive. For the reversible reaction, entropy of total universe is equal to 0. At this condition, entropy of the system is equal to entropy of surrounding, but this is your negative quantity because this plus this is equal to 0. Even for adiabatic reversible process, entropy of the system and entropy of surrounding or entropy of the universe, all are equal to 0. But in this case, it is not a negative, this is equal. Mind it, for reversible process it is negative, but in this adiabatic reversible process it is equal. In a spontaneous irreversible process, entropy of the universe is again positive, like your natural process. And again for non-spontaneous process, entropy will be negative. So this is a direct process, this is a spontaneous process. This is the basic difference. Entropy of the systems. When temperature of the system is increases, so entropy of system always increases on increase of temperature. And second, during the isothermal expansion. So entropy of the system always increases when temperature increases and when there is a isothermal expansion. What is a standard molar entropy? This is another concept. So a standard molar entropy for a pure substance at 25 degrees centigrade and 1 bar pressure, when the substance is present at 25 degrees centigrade or 298 Kelvin, or 1 bar pressure, then the entropy of that pure substance is called as the standard molar entropy and is written as S to the power, and this is the M capital M. So this symbol is a standard molar entropy. A standard molar entropy for gas are higher than those of comparable solids and liquid at a same temperature. At the same temperature, entropy for gas for comparable solid liquid will be almost higher. Change entropy will be greater than 0 for any process in an isolated system. If you take isolated system, change entropy will be greater than 0. Next is larger space available for motion, then the entropy will be greater. If you give the larger space, entropy will be higher. As number of molecules increases, entropy also increases. So when you increase the number of molecules, entropy always increasing. So these are the conditions in which we can say when entropy increases, when entropy decreases. You have to keep in mind. Entropy of the gases increases logarithmically. How it is increasing? Logarithmically with molar masses. If you increase the molar mass, entropy of the gas is also increasing. Like helium has a molecular mass is 4, and while the neon is the your 11. No, neon is your almost 11. So molar mass of the neon is again higher than that of helium, and it is illustrated by the monoatomic gases or series of molecules having the same atomicity. Next, when gases having same masses are compared, the effect of rotational heat, this is the important heat capacity, this is having a important role. So when the gas having the same masses are compared, then the rotational heat capacity plays important role. Let us see that. So this is a neon, this is the hydrogen fluoride, this is diatomic, this is monoatomic. So this have two additional rotational degree of freedom. Similarly, HF and water. So HF having diatomic, and if it is converted to water, means diatomic, so it has one more rotational degree of freedom. So definitely it has rotational heat capacity, means it has more you can say entropy. So entropy of water and HF is more than that of neon and HF. Similarly, ammonia and water, so both have 3 rotational degree of freedom, so they have nearly same entropy value. So this is a very important role for discussing which have more entropy, which has less entropy. So this is also playing important role in the gases. For molecules having nearly same molecular mass or nearly same heat capacity, if the heat capacity of molecular mass is almost same, then symmetry of molecule may be the deciding factor, or more symmetrical molecule has lower entropy than less symmetrical. For example, standard molar entropy of nitrogen is always lesser than that of standard molar entropy of carbon monoxide. Both have same molecular mass, then we can see the symmetry. This is more symmetric, this is less symmetrical. Again, molar mass of the methane is how much? 16, and molar mass of ammonia is how much? 17. So in this case, what will happen? More molecular mass of the molecule having the more entropy than that of the less molecular mass. So you have to keep in mind. Entropy of a solute affected by the structural units also. So in case of solutes in which the structure is compared, it is composed of single simple unit, the heat capacity is exclusively vibrational, and more is the strength of interparticle forces. That is, it should have a high cohesive energy. Then this strength of this interatomic forces is lesser in the heat capacity. That is, and so entropy. So like standard entropy of the molar entropy of the diamond is lesser than that of molar entropy of the silicon, because this is more, we can say, structural. And this is also heat capacity also your what you can say heat capacity also vibrational. So here in this you can see standard entropy of the diamond is lesser than that of silicon. So as you are comparing, as the complexity of the structure unit is increases, so in this case complexity increases, so entropy increases, because additional degree of freedom contributes to the heat capacity, and so entropy. So this is one of the factor. In cases where a structural unit is single but complex and weak cohesive forces operate, the entropy is higher. Next is solid having 2, 3 to n simple units having entropies roughly, and if you take 2, 3, n times greater than those of compared of single unit, then entropy per particle is roughly same throughout. So this is also one of the condition. Now we'll calculate mathematically how we can calculate the entropy change for an ideal gas. So this is an ideal gas in a cylinder. It is a piston. When this gas is expanded after absorbing Q amount of heat, so this piston will go downward from this to this value. So this is the V1 value, this goes to V2 value. So in this case, if you take the for infinitesimal small change in the system, entropy of very small entropy in this system when absorbing this small amount of heat, so we can write small, that is ds is equal to dq reversible by dt, and by first law du is equal to dq plus dw, and we know that dq is du minus dw, and dw nothing, this is the work done by the system, so we can minus p dv, so on solving du plus p dv. So now we can substitute this whole value in the this equation. So you will get dq equal du plus p dp, and du, this is nothing but the u is the function of temperature, and volume. So we can write Cv into dt and plus PdV. So when constant volume, the specific heat capacity of the gas is the heat capacity of the gas at constant volume is du by dt. So internal energy by change temperature. So we can write Cv dt. So putting this value in the equation dq by t, so we can get Cv dt plus PdV by t. So Cv dt by dt plus PdV by tt. So P can be written as, since if you take the ideal gas for 1 mole of gas, P equal to RT by V. So P by T is equal to R by V. So we can substitute this value R by V over here. So we will get this equation Cv dt by d plus R dV by V. So now we integrate. So ds, if you integrate ds, so we will get Cv dt by dt, temperature will be T1 to T2, and this will be your V1 to V2. So you will get Cv natural log T2 by T1 and R natural log V2 by V1. So change in entropy will be how much? So this will be a Cv natural log T2 by T1. Change means this is nothing but the initial to final state. So Cv natural log T2 by T1 plus R natural log V2 by V1. So this is actually for 1 mole of the gas. If you take the n mole of gas, then you have to multiply by n. Then this becomes n Cv natural log T2 by T1 plus n R natural log V2 by V1. So if two variables T and temperature and pressure, then we can P1 V1 equal to RT1 and P2 V2 equal to RT2. So we can write V2 by V1 equal to P1 by P2 into T2 by T1. So we can substitute this value over here, and we will get finally equation NCV natural log T2 by T1. So this is the T1, and substituting this whole value over here, so we will get NR natural log P1 by P2 into T2 by T1. So we will get this equation finally, expanding this equation into this term. Now we will calculate the entropy under different conditions. So condition is one when changes from initial state to final state. So when change takes place from initial state to final state, so we can write entropy of the system will be this value when temperature and volumes are variable. And if you take temperature and pressure, then instead of V, we have to write NCP. The entropy of the system will be your NCP natural log T2 by T1 plus NR natural log P1 by P2. In this case, if you take Cp and Cv are the assumed to be independent of temperature. Now we will see how entropy is varying with the isothermal reversal process where T1 is equal to T2. So if this is equal, then we can write entropy of the system is NR natural log V2 by V1. So entropy will be your NR natural log P1 by P2. If it is because this is independent temperature. So for this, if you take the surrounding, this is the first system. For surrounding is nothing but the minus. This is your minus delta S of surrounding, because delta system will be your 0 for this isothermal reversal process. So it is nothing but the minus Q by T. So this whole equation will becomes your nRT natural log V2 by V1 by T, or NR natural log V2 by V1. So this is your entropy change for the isothermal reversible process. Now, if the entropy for the isobaric process where pressure is constant, then we can write entropy of the system is NCP natural log T2 by T1, or entropy of the system is nothing but the NCP natural log V2 by V1, because V1 by V2 is nothing, is equal to T1 by T2. So we can write this is yes nothing. This formula is coming from like this equation. Entropy, small change of entropy will be dq by t, and this is nothing but the C dt by t and C dt by t. So delta S is nothing but a C dt by T and C natural log T2 by T1. So C can be at constant pressure or at constant pressure. So in this way we will get this equation. So above assumption is strictly true for the monoatomic perfect gas. So delta, now we will see the entropy change for the adiabatic reversible process where the Q is 0. So for Q is 0, so definitely for system Q by T will be 0 by T 0, and for surrounding Q 0 by T will be equal to 0. So in this adiabatic reversible process, system surrounding both are equal to 0. Entropy change for the isochoric process where the volume constant. So we can write entropy change will be NCB natural log T2 by T1. Other part will be cancelled, and entropy in terms of Cv will be in terms of P2 by P1. If you remember T2 by T1 by P2 by P1, so we can write NCV natural log V2 by P1 because this V is constant. So we can write two formula is there, one in terms of temperature, one in terms of pressure. Now entropy change for a isothermal mixing of gases. If you are mixing gases means it can be atoms, molecules or ions, whatever gas in that form. If you mix it, then how we can calculate the entropy. So let us take two gas A and B which have N mole and N2 mole. So if you mix it on mixing, we have this formula. So minus r summation of n1 into natural log x1 plus n2 natural log x2, where x1 x2 are the mole fraction of the gas A and gas B. So we are not going to derive this equation, so derivation not necessary. Just learn this formula by heart. So this x1 is the mole fraction and x2 is the mole fraction. So we can write entropy per mole is minus r, this whole value, into natural log n x1 plus whole value mole fraction 2 into natural log x2. So change in entropy per mole will be minus r xi natural log x1 plus x2 natural log x2. This is for the per mole. So by using some approximation, we can derive this entropy mixture like this one. Delta S is equal to delta S mixture and is equal to, entropy means nothing but the mixture of the gases, nothing but the mixture of the entropy minus entropy of the pure component. So if you subtract whole mixture minus pure component, we will get the entropy of the mixture, which is by using approximate derivation, we will get this whole equation. Entropy of the mixture of the system is minus r summation of Ni into natural log Xi. So what is Ni? Ni is the number of moles, and what is Xi? Xi is the mole fraction of the components, and summation is over the total number of components. So from mixture it is containing different components. So total components n is given by n total is n1 to n to the n. So this is the nth component, and if you divide by nt, so you will get 1, and this will becomes your x1 x2 x is the mole fraction of x1 n1, mole fraction n2. So summation of this is nothing but the summation of x to the I. So thus for a total of 1 mole of mixture, we can write delta S mixing is minus r into xi natural log xi. This is for 1 mole of mixture, and xi is always fractional. Why? Because it is always fractional because it's a mole fractional. So entropy mixing of the gases will be always positive, and this will be always positive, means greater than 0. And if mole fraction less than 1, then definitely this natural log xi will be your negative. Then in that case again delta S is positive, because minus minus will become again positive. So this means that the entropy always increases in mixing, whether the mole fraction will be your minus it's less than 1 or more than 1. Now let us see some numerical based on the entropy of mixing of gases. So this is the entropy mixing of gases numericals. Calculate entropy mixing for following gases, means the gases mixture assuming no chemical reaction. So 1 mole of gas, we have 1 mole of gas and 2 mole of gas B. So mole fraction of gas A is 1 mole. So mole fraction will be Na will be 1 by 3, and moles of gas B is 2. So mole fraction will be 2 by 3 by using this formula. In delta entropy mixing is nothing minus r summation of Ni of log xi. So Ni is 1 into natural log 1 by 3 and 2 into natural log 2 by 3. So on solving you will get 15.796 joule per kelvin. So you can see the entropy is positive. Calculate the molar entropy of the mixing when 28 gram of nitrogen, 96 gram of oxygen, both at 1 atmospheric pressure are mixed to give a mixture having final pressure 1 atmosphere. So mole fraction of nitrogen is nothing but this is value 1.4 mole, and mole fraction of oxygen is nothing but the 1 minus 1 by 4, that is 3 by 4. So again mole mixture of the entropy of these gases will be minus r xi natural log xi. So r value this much given, and xi is nothing but the 1 by 4 into natural log 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4 into natural log 3 by 4. So if you solve it, you will get 4.67 joule per Kelvin per mole. This you try yourself. Calculate the change in entropy of the 2 mole of nitrogen, 3 mole of nitrogen, 3 mole of hydrogen, and 2 mole of ammonia are mixed at constant temperature, assuming no chemical reaction is occurring. If you solve it, you will get this answer. You try yourself. I left for you. So we are going to solve some different question. So that entropy changes in a binary mixture for isothermal process is maximum when x1 x2 is equal to half. So let us see. Entropy of the system is nothing but the minus r xi natural log xi plus x1 natural log x1 plus r x2 natural log x. So this is the binary mixture. So x1 x2 are the mole fraction of the gas mixture. So x1 can be written as the 1 minus x2, and this is your natural log 1 minus x2. This is already x2 is given. And for maximum condition, so when the thermal process is maximum, then this delta mixture by x2 will be always 0. So this you know, this is the one condition for solving numerical. So when this becomes 0, then what will happen? This whole becomes your 0 is equal to 0. So minus r 1 minus x2, and this becomes your minus 1 by x2. Again natural log 1 by x2, we can expand this also, x2 by x2 plus natural log your x2. So you will get, if you solving this equation, whole equation, so cancelling, you will get natural log x2 by 1 minus x2. So you will get this equation, and 1 you will get your this equation. So this whole will be cancelled, like this and this will be your cancelled. So minus 1, this your plus 1. So this you will be cancelled. So on solving you will get this equation. So this is nothing, this is equal to natural log 1. So 1 means x2 by 1 minus x2 is equal to 1, because 0 is equal to natural log 1. So x2 by 1 by x2 is equal to 1. So if you solve it, you will get x2 is equal to half. So definitely x1 is nothing but 1 minus x2, and 1 minus half is equal to half. So this is our answer.